Welcome to Under the Ancient Oaks, a monthly video series about paganism, polytheism, and living a good life during difficult times. I'm John Beckett, druid, priest, and writer.
Some places are sacred because they're places of natural power and beauty. Other places are sacred because something important happened there once upon a time. Still other places are sacred because something important happens there on an ongoing basis. Shrines fall into that latter category. Well, now I'm happy to introduce Kirk Thomas, Archdruid Emeritus of ADF. Kirk, thank you for having us here at your place at Trout Lake Abbey. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, as you said, I am Archdruid Emeritus, which means I used to be an Archdruid, but I'm not anymore. Yes. And I'm also a senior priest in ADF, and I'm a shrine builder. It's just something I like doing. It's something that feeds my soul, as it were.
So, Kirk, what is a shrine?
All right. A shrine is just a place of devotion. All right. Now, that it can be in many different shapes and sizes. I mean, we're standing in one right here, which is a constructed partial building, but they can be complete buildings. They can also just be a place that you've set up in your home with pictures of gods or ancestors or nature spirits or something. It's a place where one can do devotionals of worship and love, as it were, to the gods and spirits.
Now, a lot of pagans, and sometimes myself included, you tend to use shrine and altar interchangeably, but they're not really the same thing.
No, they are not. Although in modern practice, often they're treated the same. A shrine, as I said, is a place of devotion. An altar, on the other hand, is a place of offering or sacrifice. For instance, right here is a fire altar. It will have, later today, it may just have some charcoal in here because it's manageable, so that burnt offerings can be made in this place. This altar is inside this shrine. Now, in most of our homes, we can't have fire altars inside our bedrooms or wherever it is that we keep our stuff. So what we've tended to do is have a tabletop or maybe a bookshelf or something, and we make a shrine there by putting pictures and statues and whatnot. And then we may also have an incense bowl, say, where lit incense can be placed. That bowl makes that tabletop an altar, but it's still a shrine at the same time. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
So they've conflated them. We've conflated the two together.
Very good. So, Kirk, what are the various shrines you have here at Trout Lake Abbey?
Well, so far, the first shrine I built was to the Dagda, Andoi D'Amor, the god of prosperity and good times and fertility. And then next to that is the shrine to the Morrigan, the goddess of war, death, and destruction, and I like to think transformation. The next one up is the shrine to Tyrannus with his great pillar with the wheel on the top. He's the god of thunder and lightning and storms. And then the next one is the latest shrine we built, which is the shrine to the god Cernunnos, the antlered lord, god of liminality, of the forest and the animals, and of the wild. And then we're standing here in the shrine to Lulamfada, the Samoldanach, the king of the gods, and the killer of Balor, and the saving of the gods in the Battle of Moytura. And I also have a nature spirits walk where I'm trying to plant a garden to the land spirits, and it's coming along very nicely.
Well, what's the next project you've got coming up?
Well, I'm building a shrine to, well, it's my own UPG, I have to admit, but the goddess Salmona, the lady of the White Salmon River and the lady of sovereignty of Trout Lake Valley here. And at my Lunasa rite every year, I marry her to Lou. Rather presumptuous of me, I'm sure, but we do that every August. And so I have this incredibly gorgeous poured glass icon of her with the White Salmon River pouring off of Mount Adams behind her. And so I'm building it near the entrance to this sacred area so that if you're standing facing the shrine, you will see Mount Adams off to the left behind it.
Well, this is a beautiful place you have here, Kirk. Thank you for hosting this event this weekend and for talking to us about what you've got going on. If people want to be a part of this, how can they help out?
Well, I'm very happy to say that the Cascadia Grove in the Seattle area has established a Patreon page. They started this some time ago. It was a different group, not Patreon originally, and that's how we subsidized the building of the Kernuno Shrine. And so they've now established this page, and it's not just for Salmona, although that's the primary thing, but it's also for the entire sacred area. Some of the money that they have raised has been very helpful in terms of finally making some signs for these things, so that people who don't know what this is about can at least read about what this shrine is and who the god is and that sort of thing. There is a Patreon page, and I beg you all, please, to consider participating in this project.
Well, very good. Well, Kirk, again, thank you for having us here, and thank you for being both a host to us and a guest here on Under the Ancient Oaks.
Oh, thank you very much. My pleasure.
Thank you.
ADF is Arnriach Fain, the largest Druid order in the United States. While my Druid training was with Obod, the Order of Bards, Ovates, and Druids, I'm proud to be a member of ADF as well. For more on the White Mountain Druid Sanctuary, see Kirk Thomas's website. And if you'd like to support the Salmona Shrine and the Shrine Building Project, sign up for their Patreon campaign. I talk about shrines and altars in my book, The Path of Paganism. It's available from Llewellyn Worldwide, and also from Amazon, and from Barnes & Noble. And I discuss these topics and more 3 times a week on my blog, also called Under the Ancient Oaks, which is part of the pagan channel of the multi-faith religious website Patheos.
Thank you for all the good feedback on the first 3 episodes of Under the Ancient Oaks, the video series. This is the 4th. There's going to be a 5th, and then we'll take a look at things and see what we're going to do with them going forward. Lots of possibilities. Haven't quite figured it all out yet. That's it for this month. May the blessings of the gods and ancestors be with you, now and in the days to come.